What's going on, guys? My name is Tom and welcome back to my channel. As you may or may not know, I'm currently an architecture student, and today I will be reacting to a $12 million minimalist apartment located in New York City. But before we get into it, make sure you obliterate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And without further ado, let's jump into the video right now.
We are back in New York City. We're about to tour this $12 million modern apartment. Normally in New York City, if you have a washer and dryer in your unit, that's considered luxury. This apartment has a swimming pool in the apartment. So make sure to stick around for the entire episode. There's a lot to unpack. Some stats on the home: it's 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, just under 2,500 square feet of interior living space with a 140 square foot outdoor terrace. The apartment is located in one of my favorite neighborhoods of Hudson Yards, right off the world famous Highland Park. This floor actually has 2 apartments for sale, 3A and 3B, going each for just over $6 million. 3A is actually unstaged, it's raw space, but 3B is furnished. And additionally, if you want to buy both of them, you want to buy the entire floor, it's going for just over $12 million.
Alright, so this should be a good one. It'll be interesting to see how they incorporate that swimming pool into the apartment. But based off of the introduction, the craft of the apartment seems really well done.
Right off the elevator to your own private landing. Here we have a nice closet space. You know, come in from the city, put your coat here, your shoes, because this is definitely a shoes off type of apartment. And then from the landing, we enter the open concept living space. We have double height, 18-foot ceilings. It's very rare in New York City to have this much volume vertical. Now there's a lot to unpack in this apartment. When you do enter, it is just all open space. And this is the living room. And the first thing I want to point out and speak about is this oak paneling. This is white oak on the wall from floor to ceiling. And it's worth stating, when it comes to white oak, the wider the plank, the more expensive. So as you can see, these are almost 2-foot wide planks of white oak going up the entirety of this wall. And it's also very interesting because normally white oak is something you would find on the floor of an apartment, but here we have it on the wall, and on the floors beneath us we have azul limestone, which is actually heated from beneath. So like I mentioned, it's a shoes off apartment. You kick your shoes off, you heat up the floors, get real toasty. And then speaking of toasty, we also have the gas burning fireplace. And this isn't just for show, this fireplace actually throws off heat, so it is functional and beautiful.
So I've mentioned this before, but heated floors are the absolute way to go, hands down, 11 out of 10s. But I think it's slightly contradictory to call it a minimalist apartment when you have these double-heighted ceilings, because if you think about minimalism, it's in the name. Having the minimal amount that you need. And in minimalism, it's all about the functionality of the space coming before the forms and how it actually looks. While it may be nice to have that height, it is going to cost a lot of money to heat and cool that space, especially considering that there is a curtain wall and glass is a terrible insulator, so it will be very easy for heat to go in and out of the building. And that will make the AC units have to work extra hard to maintain the temperature of the interior.
From the formal living area, we're going to walk over to the formal dining room space where we have this awesome marble table with seating for 8. Again, these light fixtures, these waterfall light fixtures flowing down from the ceiling, adding that dramatic effect, mixing that villa style with the modern New York City touch. And also, if you look across the room, we have a half-floor glass mirror, which also acts as a nice bounce when that light does shine in. So the lighting in this apartment is one of my favorite features, the fact that the entire day you get that natural sunlight, even though this is a northern-facing exposure. And this is also a full floor apartment, so you do get that southern facing exposure at the back end of the apartment.
I actually thought that was a loft at first, but after looking at it for more than half a second, I realized it was a mirror, but it's a nice touch. Definitely helps the space feel more open.
On the countertops, we have this beautiful Italian marble which waterfalls down to the floor. We have this nice dark oak, and there are no handles on anything in this entire kitchen. If you notice here, it's just a subtle lip, and it's flush on the side, which really adds to that minimal modern feeling. And I mentioned this in a previous video, but the kitchen of an apartment, that's really how you can tell the age of a building, is by the kitchen and the appliances. But I've been noticing in these higher end buildings how it's becoming more and more sleek, no handles, and I really love that touch. This is one of my favorite features of the kitchen, these white lacquer cabinets. Again, just everything is so sleek, you don't have any appliances out, and this is very unique. If you open this up, this is actually a trash compactor, which if you live in the city, this right here is a luxury. You never have to leave your apartment. You put your trash right in here down the chute. It's all tucked away nicely.
That's actually a really cool building system that I've never thought of before. I am curious to know how it is soundproof, because I would imagine there has to be something wrapping around it to dampen any of the noise, so that way it's not the middle of the night and you're throwing a can down the trash chute and the people below you just hear this loud banging noise that's echoing all through the building.
Then making our way down again, we have the pantry right here. All hidden hinges, handleless, soft closing. Towards the end of the kitchen, we have the suite of Miele appliances. I do love this, the theme of the mirrors throughout. I've never seen a mirror in a kitchen. This mirror is just purely for the aesthetic, so you can watch yourself cooking up a storm. And then behind me, we have the refrigerator. This is a Sub-Zero, again, handleless, seamlessly blending in. I love the white lacquer. I think that really makes just a minimal modern statement. And then in the center of the kitchen, we have this island. This is a chef grade stovetop. This is a 6-burner cooktop by Miele. Over top, we have the oversized hood with the recessed LED lighting, so you can really get that nice light when you're chopping up your meal, you're prepping. We have the Miele oven right below. And then on the sides here, plenty of storage space in this island.
I think there's a little too much of a contrast between the bright white and that dark black. I probably would have chosen to do a gray instead of the white, just so it's a little easier on the eye and not as in your face and bright. But once again, we have cabinetry that hides everything, so you don't know exactly what is where.
Through this glass door, we walk out to your very own 20-foot long, 4-foot deep private pool. It's very hard to put this into perspective, especially if you've never lived in New York City, to have a villa-like Balinese spa pool in your apartments with an infinity edge.
I love the fact that it's open air and has that infinity edge on it, and I think this is definitely one of the house's biggest selling points.
From the chef's kitchen, we're gonna head down this hallway to the living space. Off to the left here is the first powder room. This powder room has that nice white oak wide paneling that we saw in that living room. We have this awesome inlaid shelving right by the toilet. The main piece in this bathroom is this floating vanity. We have the full-length mirror with the awesome recessed LED lighting behind, really giving you that nice glow when you're looking in the mirror.
You can never go wrong with recessed lighting. I think it makes a really cool ambient effect and really sets a certain mood. And I think hiding lighting fixtures is becoming more and more common, so definitely keep an eye out for that.
We have the first of the guest bedrooms, and I want to point out that every single bedroom has an all-in-suite bathroom, which is very important, especially in the luxury market. We have the standing steam shower. In this apartment, there were no details that were spared. Even you have this awesome full-length mirror. You have this nice lip here right above the toilet, floating vanity. And I do want to point out, even if you look at the door handles, they are clad in leather, which just really, everything ties together and so nicely to really drive home that aesthetic. And one more thing I want to point out, as always, hidden hinges. Another sign of a luxury place is when the hinges are hidden as the door shuts. From the bathroom, we're gonna head into the first of the guest bedrooms, which is a very decent sized space for New York City. I also love how they have this lip over on the ceiling and the lighting is recessed behind this lip, just giving it that nice aesthetic touch. And if you'll notice, there's actually outdoor space for this bedroom.
Once again, hiding that light fixture. It looks like it's set up as an office right now, but easily could be converted to a bedroom. And I think it's a decent size for it. I also love that it has access to the outdoor space.
First thing you notice in this primary suite is this awesome closet space. This is by Polyform. It is metal with glass, and if you open this up, you have all that recessed lighting, which turns on automatically as you open your closet space. Imagine you have your entire wardrobe in here, all nicely lit so you can really see your outfits when you're getting ready for the day in the city.
I really like that the closet is laid out this way and it's not its own separate room. I don't know, I just really like that it has that tinted glass, and then as you open up the doors, that's when the lighting comes on. It just seems more experiential.
From this closet, we have the king-size bed front and center in this room. Again, showing the size of this space where you can fit a king-size bed in this primary suite. But the main thing that I want to point out in this primary suite is the outdoor space. Here we have 130 square feet of prime southern-facing outdoor space. And it's really interesting because this apartment checks almost every single box as far as items that would characterize an apartment as luxury, and having outdoor space in the city is that last one to take in the fresh air, get that natural sunlight. Another thing also is you do have a nice view. Down below we have an awesome courtyard. If you even look off in the distance, you can see the High Line, which is one of my favorite places.
Yeah, if you ever get the chance to walk the High Line, I recommend it. It's really nice, and you get to see some of the Starchitects work, like Zaha Hadid has a building on it, as well as Frank Gehry and many others.
We're heading to my favorite room in the entire apartment. I've never seen a bathroom like this in the city. Welcome to the primary suite bathroom. First things first, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but this is pretty cool. This is a Toto Neo Rest smart toilet. These things run just about 10 grand. So you open this glass door, you walk in, and your toilet greets you. Sink, you have the flush hidden drain, these awesome chrome faucets which are floating in this glass mirror, these two huge LED light columns giving you that perfect lighting when you're getting ready in the morning. Right off the vanity, you have this deep set freestanding soaking tub with this lip right here to place your soap, your phone, nice glass of wine. On the floors of this primary bathroom, you have that beautiful polished beige marble. Then if we walk to the other side, we have the glassed off steam shower. We have the glass door with the metal handle right here, also serving as a towel rack. And this is a nice feature, especially if you are on the taller side. We have the rainfall shower head, and then we also have the additional fixture right here. Even if you wanted from your steam shower, if you look here, we have floor to ceiling glass where you have a view of your swimming pool, where if you wanted, you could open this door and jump right out of your shower or your bath into your private 20-foot long saltwater swimming pool in New York City. That's pretty badass.
So overall, it's a nice apartment. That swimming pool is really cool. There's a lot of interesting aspects to it. I'm just struggling with the whole idea of it being minimalist. It's just low ornamentation, but minimalism where you're really trying to utilize the space as best as you possibly can and get every single thing that you can get out of it, but it's also being as cost effective as possible and really try to utilize the functionality of the space. So that's the only part of this apartment that's giving me some tension towards it. But as always, let me know what you think of this apartment down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on so you get notified every time that I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time.